As much as I love to crap on Instagram, they may not give you many views, but at least it's accurate. YouTube loves to do this thing where they misreport view counts, misreport like counts, and do all this other stuff. And right now, it is happening. This is the first goof up from YouTube in 2023 where they are just messing up view counts, and it's glorious. I've been producing a lot of content that seems to be received well because the metrics are just way better than anything I've ever put out. All week, I've been putting out these new style reels where it's like, you know, just draft picks and like would you rathers. It's stuff that people seem to be enjoying. Out of the past couple, the first one kind of got traction immediately. The second one got traction immediately. The third one though, it got 8 views in like the first 6 hours. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just a severe flop, whatever. And then it just popped off at like 7 p.m. even though I uploaded it at like 10 a.m. I noticed YouTube comment notifications coming through and I was like, oh snap, okay, maybe it's doing something. And then suddenly the view count starts going down. I'm sitting here like, oh snap, this is going pretty well. I'm super happy with this. It's at 2,100 views now and it's still steadily climbing, so maybe I'm doing something right. But then I refresh my metrics and it goes down to 255 views, and on top of that, the view duration severely went down. Like we're talking, it went from like 60% to 7.5. I was at a shoot, so I was like, you know what, let me just go home, we'll figure it out later, we'll see what's going on. So I get home and I refresh it again and it's at 98 views despite having 105 likes, and my view duration has dropped in half. So at this point I'm kind of like, you know what, let's see how deep the rabbit hole goes, let's see how far we can take this. So then I refreshed it again and it went down to 52 views despite having literally twice as many likes as that. And as you can guess, yes, the view duration did go down to 1.2%. Didn't really make sense to me. So then I hop on Twitter and do the like one of two things that I do on there. One of them being tweeting that mac and cheese is great, and the second one just complaining to YouTube. I tweet them and then they're like, appreciate the report. We're looking into the sudden fluctuation of views. I'm like, great, thank you, YouTube. You guys are great with your customer service. At least you are accessible in some degree. This is the part that rubbed me the wrong way though. By the way, aside from people unsubscribing, changes in your sub count can happen because of several factors, like when we remove spam/closed accounts. No, people were subscribing because of the reel. I saw my subscriber count go up and then suddenly those got taken away also. I've been doing YouTube for like 7 years now. So like imagine if this was finally like one of the videos, like I know this wasn't gonna be that, but imagine if this was the video that actually popped me off to be like a legitimate YouTuber that like makes a career out of this. I'd be pissed. I'd be furious. Literally 5 minutes later, they tweet out, if your views are dropping, don't panic. There's an issue with real-time viewership drop and we're working on the fix now. Where are my subscribers though? then you have creators saying, like Andy here saying, should we wait to post videos then? Is this resolved or will we be punished for underperforming videos during this issue, which isn't actually our fault? And then another tweet like this, are the views we lost going to be returned? If I'm just gonna be transparent, I think so, because whenever views have been lost in the past with YouTube goof ups, they've come back. This person went through the same thing. He said, yeah, I knew something was wrong because my views were high, then it dropped massively. Here's an example of my issues. Yeah, see it, but yeah, yours went from 1.3 to 415 to 493 to 336. At least it stayed in the hundreds, like, geez. But this just goes to show that every single platform has their flaws. They all have issues. And this is one of YouTube's big ones because this is not the first time this has happened, but at least I am grateful for YouTube because they're not like Instagram where like the low view count would have been accurate because they're only gonna show it to 10 of your followers despite having 5,000 something. I don't know. Wouldn't know from experience or anything. So don't panic. This is probably just a minor hiccup. It's still frustrating and annoying though because we want to see our metrics, especially if some of these videos are ones that have popped off a little bit. Mine was the best performing I've had in quite a while. It was the fastest traction out of nowhere that I've seen because the algorithm picked it up, but suddenly it just I'm actually going to experiment by putting this video out during this thing where they haven't had a fix yet. And I want to see how it affects the performance of this video and if views are going to be stunted, if all this stuff is going to go down. I just want to see. I also just really like the way the light is leaking because it's reflecting off of the Bank of America building right a block that way. So it's really nice to have this. How far has it receded? You know what? Tell me that. I want to see. Go back to the beginning of this video and tell me how far this has receded. That'll be interesting to see.